Hi all, welcome to my YouTube Human Values TV Human World channel. Today, the very first and foremost thing we are going to learn about human values. You know, basic human values refer to those values which are at the core of being human. The values which are considered basic inherent values in humans include truth, honesty, loyalty, love, peace, and so on, because they bring out the fundamental goodness of human beings and society as well. So, guys, before learning these human values, how the term value has come, let us learn. The term value is ambiguous because it has been used indiscriminately by philosophers, psychologists, administrators, political scientists, economists, sociologists, sociologists, anthropologists, engineers, medical practitioners, lawyers, and others. As a result, it is necessary for us to examine the word's etymological origin in order to comprehend its meaning in the context of ethics. The word value comes from the Latin word valere, which means to be valuable. As a result, the term value etymologically refers to the worth of something. By way of economics, the term value found its way into ethics. How it is used in economics for? Let's see. Number one, value in use, which refers to an object's ability to meet a human need or desire. Point number two, the amount of one commodity that can be obtained in exchange for another in terms of value in exchange. Point number points we have seen here, and let us generalize this. In general, an object is said to have value if it aids in the fulfillment of human need. Our core ideas or beliefs that guide our actions are referred to as values in ethics. Values are acquired through knowledge, awareness, experience, or the socialization process. These ideas or beliefs are dear to us, as we all know, and we decide what is right and what is wrong based on them. As a result, values are things that are desirable and worthy of esteem in and of themselves. Values have intrinsic worth in terms of the possessor's usefulness or importance. Values are principles standards or characteristics that are thought to be worthwhile or desirable. Good values lead to good thoughts, which in turn lead to good behavior. That is how the importance of human values here. Let us check what are human values. Human values are virtues, that is, desirable character traits that guide us to consider the human element when interacting with other people around and across. Human values are those that enable man to live in harmony with the rest of the world. Without values, human life would be devoid of meaning, devolving into a bland and textureless existence devoid of distinction. That is how human values are the deepest moral aspirations of humanity, and they are the foundation of our lives as individuals and societies. Human values are universal. That's how in nature, because they are shaped, they are shared by all people regardless of religion, nationality, or cultural background. You know how human values are universal in nature because they are shared by all people regardless of religion, nationality, or cultural background. Human values encourage consideration of for one another. That is how love one another. Let us see the classification how human values are like. Let's go with classification of human values. Number 1, terminal values and instrumental values. What are those? Let us check it out. The co-permanent values that often become character traits are known as terminal values. They can be beneficial or harmful. It is extremely difficult to change them. Happiness, self respect, family security, recognition, freedom, inner harmony, a comfortable life, professional excellence, and so on are examples of terminal values. In terms of existence, terminal values are desirable states of being. Let us check instrumental values. Instrumental values are a part of social psychologist Milton Roque's values definition. Instrumental values, according to him, are specific modes of behavior. They are not an end goal in themselves, but rather a means of achieving one. In a nutshell, terminal values are a person's life objectives, the ultimate things he or she wants to achieve through his or her behavior. the destination he or she wants to reach in life. Whereas coming to instrumental values, the instrumental values are the methods he or she wants to use to achieve his or her life's goal, the path he would like to take to reach his destination. Point number two, let us check instinctive values and intrinsic values and extrinsic values. An intrinsic value is something that is valuable in and of itself. It's a goal in and of itself. Regardless of the consequences, intrinsic values are beneficial. Intrinsic value has long been thought to be at the heart of ethical behavior. So, suggestively, go with ethical behavior. Intrinsic values include things like honesty, temperance, courage, happiness, and peace. An extrinsic value is one that is obtained through the acquisition of another intrinsic value. It is only useful in the sense that it serves as a means to an end. The means values or path values that help achieve the end values are things like health, money, fame, status, intelligence, and so on. Next thing, finally, institutional values and individual values. What are those? Political, social, economic, and cultural institutions propagate institutional values. In a democratic country like us, in a democratic society, for example, liberty becomes an institutional value. Similarly, in a social institution such as marriage, loyalty becomes a value. Individual values include both intrinsic and extrinsic values that are significant to the person who holds them. Self esteem and celebrity are examples of such values. You see how are values formed. So there are the people for generations they ask the same question, how are values formed? Let us check. People's value systems include both terminal and instrumental values, which are developed and reinforced by both the culture in which they grow and the environment in which they live. Abdul Kalam's, in his autobiography, it was written, heredity and environment plays a vital role in shaping a person's personality. That is from the book of Wings of Fire. That is how, let us check here, individual form values as a result of socialization from their parents, religious institutions, friends, personal experiences, and society. Individual values are influenced by our religious beliefs, social systems in place, and to some extent socio-economic conditions. The terminal values develop over time, whereas the instrumental values are influenced by circumstances around, in and around. Fundamental human values. Basic inherent values in humans are truth, honesty, loyalty, love, and peace, among others, because they bring out the fundamental goodness of human beings and society as a whole, as I already mentioned. Furthermore, because these values are unifying in nature and cut across individuals' social, cultural, religious, and sectarian interests, they are regarded as universal, timeless, and eternal, and apply to all people. In a while, role of family and society in inculcating value. How? Role of family and society in inculcating value. Let us check. The role of the family and society in the development of a child's moral values is critical. Parents and children have a close relationship which influences the child's personality. Values are built on the foundation of the family. Moral values such as honesty, happiness, peace, and justice are instilled in the thoughts, feelings, and actions of children, and they serve as ideals and standards that guide their actions in life. If young family members are taught moral values in a systematic manner, the value system practiced in the family becomes automatic to them. That's how the family shapes a child's attitude towards people and society, assists in mental development, and also supports the child's goals and values. That is how the family shapes a child's attitude towards people and society. The development of love, affection, tolerance, and generosity in the family will be aided by a happy and joyful atmosphere. A child learns to behave by imitating what he sees in his environment. Family plays an important role in helping a child socialize and has a significant impact on the child's development. The presence of elders in the family, as well as the joint family system, plays an important role in the social and moral development of children. It will also assist the family's younger generations in imbibing human values and overcoming negative mental tendencies when they are with their elders. Children identify with their parents and other family elders, adapting them as personal role models to emulate and imitate. Because they spend the majority of their adolescence with their parents, behavioral problems can only be corrected and connected by family involvement in the child's life. You know, family is the first social organization from which a child can learn his behavior because of its close proximity. As we all know, a child's emotional and physical foundation is defined by the social standards and customs defined by his or her family. The values that a family instills in its children from the foundation for how they learn, how they grow, and function in the world. The values, the beliefs influence how a child grows up and develops into an individual in society. These values and morals guide an individual's actions at all times. Because of the values taught and given by his family members, children grow up to be good people and good citizens in the world or in the world or society. Family values or ideas passed down from generation to generation. The family's customs and traditions lead to a disciplined and organized way of life. Of course, self discipline is important. That can be a gratitude for a person and is like an emblem for a family or a person. The values of the family enable the child to stand firm in his beliefs despite attempts by others to persuade him otherwise. A child who has a strong sense of right and wrong is less likely to fall prey to deviant influences. Let us check methods of promoting values in family. Methods of promoting values in family. There are some key points. Let's come and learn. Promoting fundamental values such as tolerance, love, sympathy, non-violence, sympathy and compassion, as well as dharma. Point number two, positive attitude and constructive actions. Suppressing negative actions while enhancing positive ones. Family, third point, family peace and harmony. In order to eliminate dominance, we must ensure family peace and harmony. Fourth point, improving social life and equality through cleanliness, a good home environment, hygiene, and good health. Fifth point, food is shared and eaten together. That's a good culture, even even in India, in Hindu culture, and in all the cultures, they feel it so. Point number six, gentleness, good manners, cooperation, and respect for women and elders are very much essential. Point number seven, offering offering prayers to one's God and respecting the beliefs of others. It's most important now and then for everyone. Finally, last point, that's eighth one, participating in and enjoying family gatherings. The longer society has an impact on character development, responsiveness, and resilience. The income level, education level, culture, national ideology, mass media, and other factors all play a role in the development of an individual's value system. An ideal society is one that promotes opportunity. An ideal society is one that promotes opportunity. So, there are some key points, let us all together focus on it. To each individual's physical, intellectual, and moral development. Next, to discover our individual potential. Point number three, to mold people's opinions, beliefs, morals, and ideals. Next point, to instill values such as hard work, honesty, tolerance, national integration, secularization, and responsibility. Point number six, to reject negative values such as dowry, casteism, communalism, alcoholism, and drug use. We have to reject these negative values. Next point, seventh one, of course, to improve the quality of life by ignoring social tensions, unrest, prejudices, and other factors. Last but one, to ensure justice and equality for the nameless, faceless, and voiceless. Finally, to cultivate individual and group discipline is most important. So here in shaping human values, how education is going to play a role. Role of an education. Education has always been regarded as the most powerful weapon in every era and society. As a result, when assessing the role of educational institutions, the following factors should be considered. Values transmission should not infringe on the learner's freedom and autonomy. Education has the ability to transmit refined knowledge at a rapid rate. Educational institutions are primarily responsible for the development of personality, preservation of culture, promotion of social justice, scientific temper, democracy, and secularism, among other things. Educational institutions assist in the perfect development of reasoning, the creation of checks and controls on impulses, the development of a focused approach to life, and the promotion of the value of human excellence. Here you all have to remember role of education is very much important at your home country, at even abroad. That is how they are trying to promote the human values and ethics and professional ethics all over the globe by offering different courses, even state at central level. They are trying to inculcate the things among the human. That is how the courses have been designed in order to provide education to promote value based education system to inculcate into the minds of the children and students. For inculcating values, many educationists have suggested different ideas such as providing a curriculum that is based on values, creating a unique teacher orientation program. Third point, foundation courses with a strong emphasis on value. For inculcating values, many educationists have suggested different ideas such as, you know, providing a curriculum that is based on values. Number two, creating a unique teacher orientation program. 3. Foundation courses with a strong emphasis on value. 4. Value based literature publication. 5. The requirement of teachers and students to develop a code of conduct. 6. Instilling a philosophical outlook on life in teachers and students. How the curriculum has been designed. See, in order to instill values in future generations, we will create a curriculum based on our accumulated cultural heritage. Children are members of a small society at school that has a significant impact on their moral development. Teachers serve as a role models for students in the classroom, and they play an important role in instilling ethical behavior in them. Cheating, lying, stealing, and consideration for others are all encouraged by peers at school. Despite the existence of rules and regulations, educational institutions instill value education in children in an informal manner. They are crucial in the development of ethical behavior in children. Teachers play a critical role in the development of children's value systems. Here, how the teacher's role is. A role of a teacher. Teacher's personality and value system have an impact on students' minds and hearts. To instill civic awareness, patriotism, and discipline in students, the teacher is the central figure in higher education in whom the university sees its past glory and builds its future dignity around him. Last but one, to instill a balanced viewpoint in students, a teacher must be constantly learning, researching, and criticizing. And last point, commitment to society, profession, excellence, and basic human values such as impartiality, objectivity, and intellectual integrity, among others. This is how the human values are going to lead your life in a successful way. There are some human values and sub values, like we'll see later. They are right conduct, peace, truthfulness, responsibility, self acceptance, independence, self discipline, love, kindness, forgiveness, stewardship, justice, cooperation, tolerance, harmlessness, and so on. Let us check them one after the other in upcoming sessions. Thank you all for joining this human values session. I hope you all enjoyed it, you, with, with which you can shape your career and personality into the peaks. Thank you.